starts with a simple P250. They're doing it again. The Superman on the T side. Keep your eyes on that prize. He's taking it outside, of course, reminding you as well that with P250, you double your damage fall off. Those long-range fights, you've essentially got a FAMAS now in terms of how that bullet works at range. We do see Blame getting a little bit of information. He already is going to be tested quite significantly. A smoke towards Mini, but he punishes Perfecto. Straight up first death for their underperformer.
Yeah, Perfecto has been having a rough series thus far. We get into it now. Na'Vi will be very happy with that, but over towards ramp is where their second port of call was to find an opening pick. Config's nade will land, it'll do a lot of damage, he'll even get a kill. And now we have a 3-on-5. We saw one of these lost just there over in Dust 2, but the roles were reversed. No, actually, it wasn't. This was the exact scenario.
Exactly like this, Chad.
Oh, 5-on-3 though, not for long. That's the bomb going down. Complexity. They fluff the pistol on Dust 2. Surely they don't give this one up. A 4-on-2 situation. They've been battered and bruised. Rushed down to 4, but he swings up first. I don't mind this for Complexity. It does give a chance at the headshots though, but that should surely close things down here. Big kill from Obo. He gave that up. Blame F as low on the other side of the map as well. Certainly a risk as they swung through there, but I didn't mind it at all. The fact they just stopped them actually planting the bomb, getting anywhere near it or getting comfortable for some sort of rebuttal on the T side is a nice work from Complexity, and they're going to find themselves with rifles, scouts, MP9s, and surely the eco from Na'Vi as they plan to get the AKs out in the third.
Look how much damage Electronic did in that pistol. 300 ADR essentially. That's nearly 3 kills. You can see how close that dink was on the Glock. Must have been Blame F. Straight out. No, tucking in towards Secret instead. Squeaky.
This would be one of the milking nade situations you would assume here from Na'Vi. We can see that they haven't really invested into too much. There's no armor behind any of the individuals on their side, no utility to work off of. All they're hoping for here is that somebody offers themselves up to the god of Counter-Strike and gives them a free deagle kill to get the ball rolling.
God, human sacrifice freaks me out, man. Isn't it weird that we as people for like hundreds of years were just straight up killing each other because we thought some guy in the sky was not going to kill our crops if we didn't?
Weren't we throwing people off of like cliffs to prove if they were witches or not?
Oh, we did. No, we drowned them, and if they drowned, that meant they weren't a witch.
Well,
think about that one for a second.
I guess we proved it.
Wow, she's floating. She's a witch. I told you.
Well, Obo for now will be just getting the one. Not the best effort, I have to say, considering there's no armor there, but still, it looks like Poison's making up for the scout connecting, making light work of the unarmored Na'Vi players making their way towards ramp. Remember, it's not a bomb site. He can fall back if he takes a bullet to the face.
I just had a joke to do with the whole witch thing, so I'm going to pretend like we just finished
go on.
that.
Yeah, the witches and the drowning.
I'd be like, yeah, my ex-girlfriend couldn't swim. She's a bit of a witch.
Oh, okay. You see what he's done there.
I mean, I'm not sure it's worth revisiting.
No,
but I'd like to.
But like
as an offhand remark,
yeah,
it would have got an exhale through my nose. For sure,
okay, cool,
dude.
Cool.
And that will be Config confirming it. Complexity pocket himself a nice 1,200 bucks in the back pocket of Config with those SMG frags. We'll get to see that Poison S Scout connection as well. Just making sure ramp is under lock and key. The second was the crucial one onto the god of Counter-Strike, as we described him in the same round. But now it's time for the real test.
I would hate being Na'Vi going into the first gun rounds, always like skimping on utility, especially from an in-game leader standpoint, because then I'm like, all right, guys, I need you to hit some shots this round.
What's the
please.
call? You can't Molotov hut, you can't do a take as of sorts, and woof, scary stuff. He will fly over the flames and now position himself to deal with anyone that's fancying Squeaky early. Flamey's there for now. This is the lineup I've been trying to get right. It's part of that wall of smokes. There they go, flying through the sky. And you will see that L shape of smokes arriving. It did look like an incendiary was thrown there to create a gap, and I'm not sure if it's worked out. But regardless, no Ts will be using them. I say that just as Electronic slipped to the net all the way through to warehouse. Blame. Looks like he's going to be checking this. It looks like he's positioning himself to check this as the smoke fades. Electronic has the advantage, but Blame still prevails. That surprises me. I wasn't so expecting that one to go the way of the CTs. Now Complexity still 5 players are standing. They have conceded ramp room, and that's a very big miss.
Yeah, he actually connected. Boomage goes down to 51, and somehow, some way, he answers back with the Krieg to the face. Actually, the AK-47. They go down towards lower. It's going to be Obo now, as he'll try and defend with the M4 in hand. They are swarming his position. Good for 1.5. The Dink is delivered. It gives him a fighting chance in the round here. Softens up Boomage for this MP9, which will be swinging around first. Boomage needs to be very careful as Config encroaches on his position. It's going to be a difficult one, though. Has to pre-fire this, and Boomage got the angle, takes him down. That should be the round, as we'll see Simple chime in as well. Just BlameF remaining. No real look into the round, and this is going to be Na'Vi giving up the first 2, but we did say round 3 is where they'll bring those AK-47s out, and my God, have they ever worked.
Boomage again with the fragging. Fragging in-game leaders. So very many of them in the server tonight. And we're looking at Complexity's counterpart saving his Krieg. He'll be saving that, of course. Can't buy it on the CT side. It is a T weapon, 1-shot, headshot, and a scope, which of course makes the defense really have a leniency towards that weapon and preserving it.
I'm curious if they will go for a buy behind this, because BlameF could drop the Krieg over to one of his teammates, or keep it for himself and drop an M4 over to one of his teammates. They have enough to scrape together a buy. It wouldn't necessarily be a full buy. It would be a serviceable buy. But look, the question is right now: do they want to go for a full-on game plan? Do they know that they need certain utility to deal with this T side of Na'Vi? And the answer is very swiftly a yes. But if Blame could find 1 or 2 kills with this, there is always a chance.
And this roof does seem to be only really seeing more action since the CT Kriegs came out. You can jump across those chimneys. Blame was just elevating over the smokes, it seems. For now, the outside smokes are on their way.
They certainly are, Alex. Being deployed now. Deeper outside smokes. Designed to take vision away from the main entrance area. Allow access towards garage or secret. Means you can close out angles close range to the T boxes. Stay as a pack, a bit wider. Not quite as channeled as you would be with the traditional smokes that lead you towards secrets.
Good nade damage, perfecto. That landed right on his noggin.
So down they go. Another BlameF. Oh, that's a good flash. Not really sure what's happened there.
Bit late.
Lads, I've got him. The flash is coming. Well, it doesn't really matter either way. No harm, no foul is what we usually say here. And we'll see the Molotov deployed nice and deep there. Towards the double doors, and BlameF, well, he'll be able to take Simple down.
It's a crucial frag.
They should be able to snowball lower now. They know where that saved weapon is. The fear should be a little bit less at this current juncture of the round.
Get a bit more loosey-goosey. Flamey, though, he could go down. Flame's got the perfect angle for that fight, and he will get a second frag.
Both are loose. Both guns are very loose right now.
That's a good point. Oh, a very good point. Config's going to retrieve it. There is no Kevlar. It's worth pointing out this will be 2 unarmored AKs heading towards the retake. And now the bomb's gone in. Two of them are partnered up on window side. No smoke, no kit. Surely no hope.
Surely, Alex. I like the way you've got some bated breath there, as we'll see Electronic and Config go toe-to-toe now. Config comes out on top.
He's done it!
And it absolutely is going to be enough here. They've pulled it off. Complexity managing to get the defuse in. He is sticking it with conviction, Chad. It looks like he's absolutely fine. I'll have the 10-second music enabled, surely. And there we have it. The defuse comes in as well.
That all started with the saved Krieg of Blame, right? He gets the kill onto Simple, then Flamey's lurking yard, doing his role, steps on out, Blame kills him as well. At that point, it's a 4-on-3 situation. Those AKs aren't picked up. Na'Vi take their time. Eventually, they get into the bomb site. And then Config, he gets 2. How did he get 2 in that door side? I'm not even sure. Like, look, the flash wasn't good enough. Boomich was able to turn away from that.
Yeah. But there was enough chaos going down that the crosshair of the second player was clearly misplaced. Huge from Blame as well. I think it's impressive that he didn't feel the need to rush lower site when he knew that there was a chance that that's where Na'Vi had committed. Instead, he stuck around and caught Flamey. Big stuff from the big man, Blame. 3-1 puts Complexity in a real golden opportunity to take a lead. Blame's continuing. I talked about early CT Kriegs, and we're seeing great evidence to suggest that Na'Vi are being punished for putting this weapon in the Danes' hands.
Well, well, well. An opening kill. But they have been struggling converting these rounds. Blameth, he's got to do better than that. Given an opportunity for a freebie there, a couple of seconds, the window was open. And he can't find the shots required. He will be answered back there. Barely did any damage as well. 4 on 4. 1 minute on the clock here. CT defense still alive and kicking. They have incendiaries, flashbangs, and 1 smoke. The AWP poison as well. But Na'Vi looking to make their way towards the upper side. CT vent has been mollied. 3-1 for Complexity so far. Huge round. Both teams are broken financially.
Na'Vi running out of time. Name a more iconic duo.
30 seconds. It has to be ramp, I suppose. Or outside?
There's so much utility.
Going up.
Okay.
That
20. Config knife out from Perfecto. That's going to look a little silly.
Right down the vent.
I like that.
That doesn't look silly. This looks like 5D chess.
Okay, now the time left actually looks amazing because you'd assume they were going to go towards upper with that play. They've actually got down the vents. No one's even anticipated that being a play. You're going to struggle to even go for this one, Chad. You've got no utility left. You dumped it all towards upper. If they're repositioned with the Kriegs, 3 of them, Na'Vi in the lower bomb side with Simple, Flamey, and Electronic, the hardest hitting trio in the team as well. This is going to be a difficult one. Surely impossible.
But
Simple's gone.
Yes. Poison with a chance for Complexity, but Electronic in a prime position for a multi-kill. Looking for the transfer, but trade from Obo is so fast, and Flamey yet to frag. This will be his first. Ooh. Does manage to evade Obo for the second, but the defuse is not going to be easy for him to avoid.
No time.
No time. Gets the frag,
good try.
Not get out.
Wow, well that's called thinking on feet, I would say. It was looking woeful for Na'Vi. They were running out of time. They tried outside, they tried lobby, they tried ramp, they pieced it all together and it wasn't working out for them. They had to commit towards the upper bomb, so they traded out 1 kill, but the smoke was down. They saw the opportunity to get down the Venom. With 10 seconds on the clock, they make their way down. The bomb gets planted in the nick of time and the CTs had nothing to do with it. They were all towards upper, dumping their flashbangs, their smokes, their molotovs. They were so convinced it was an upper attack, and the money. We said it was in a difficult spot, but 2 players had around $5,000, so they have enough for 3 rifles, a pistol, and a scout. They've gone for everything here. It's a huge, huge round once again, and a boost behind the squeaky door. Orange boxes here. Flamey looking for any players transitioning across.
The problem I see here is not buy that Complexity were able to string together, but more so the fact that Blame doesn't have a Krieg to defend that yard position with. In the last 2 rounds, even though they lost the previous, he did find some big kills and impact in that side of the map, so I'm not sure how they're going to be able to deal with it this time round.
It's a very good point. Now the advantage firmly on Na'Vi on those aim duels that can happen outside. Electronic just a quick jump to line up his Molotov and we'll get it set up on the secret stairs. Blame reveals his location with some of those tracers shots straight through the smoke. Lineup of that Molotov towards heaven. Could go hut though, and that would really mess Config's day up. Rush going for that close deagle, 2 body shots, just mashing his mouse 1 as soon as he has the center of mass in front of his barrel.
Are they waiting for Electronic to be able to come up the vent to help aid in this top split here? I think they are. So he's getting complete control of C. Oh, he's going for more.
Time 25. And here they go already. Config does manage to find a safe haven on that hut. This could be everything. This could be a whole lot, but still looks like a vent dive after all that. They're doing it again. Config's checking. Dink into Simple, just simply not enough.
This is surely where Na'Vi start to run away with the game. There was so much on the line with this round, and Complexity will have to save once again. A couple of M4s in the Scout. The lower bomb site, notoriously one of the most difficult to retake in the entire game. It's up there with Dust 2 B site, and we will see a 5 on 4. I should say 4 on 3, as the scout shot does come through. They find Boomich at the very least, but they need to hold on to these M4s most importantly.
Can we put our thinking caps on for a second?
I suppose we can.
This Na'Vi late squeaky to low sight play, does it require a shift from Complexity or simply just a case of not having the player low sight prepared enough for those late hits?
Well, that right there is misdirection on so many levels, right? The one that they did before where they were juking around, they showed their face top, they showed their face yard, they went ramp, and then went back to top. That is more because we were casting as it was indecision, right?
Yes.
Complexity are thinking the same thing. But in this scenario right here, with Electronic getting across to Secret, I thought what was going to happen was he'd get Secret, he'd just clear it out, and then he'd make sure nobody could rotate in through main. Instead, he's continued to move forward. My next thought is, okay, maybe they do a top split with him coming up the vent. But really, they're seeing which version, which rotation Complexity had gone for there. How have they rotated lower? Where is the player holding? And because there was no aggression felt by Electronic, they were able to just take that lower bomb site down the vent. I loved it. Everything about that round I loved.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Complexity are loving the situation they're going to find themselves in after this one. They've actually had 3 players down towards lower. We have Flamey watching the extremities in towards lobby. Config holding low up with the USP. He will do very well to inflict any damage with that position. Best of luck to him, though.
Obo's ramp with a rifle. That's pretty much their only hope. Wow. Electronic is so goddamn good. Krieg is only enhancing it.
You see, the thing is, we see it coming, whereas the player, Config on the other hand, he's sitting there, jiggle peeking, nothing. Clear, 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 clear. Next second dead.
Double peeking. Actually, Obo's done well to get that frag. He's kept it level. Bomb down, though, and I'm starting to get a little too trained. When I see that bomb plant lower, I just assume there will not be any more fragging, and this is exactly why, because they will, once again, concede.
Rush does need to try and find an upgraded weapon, though, so... Oh. Oh, there it is.
Blame's just shouting red, and now they can head towards T-spawn.
Hold up a minute.
Flame Dogger.
He's got ears.
And he's got a Galil, so he wouldn't be too afraid to go for a little bit more of a hunt, try and make things real awkward for Rush.
But look to his left. Oh. Oh. They're on the other side of the box from each other. Is he going to clear it? Is he going to clear it?
He's thinking about it. Oh my goodness.
Now you get nothing, my friend.
After all that.
Complexity came in looking so hot here on Nuke. Na'Vi stretching their legs as the rounds continued. They were the heavy favorites coming in. We saw the ranking coming into this game. Complexity ranked 30th, Na'Vi number 1. And it might look like a close game right now. If you don't watch Counter-Strike every single day like we do, the T side of Nuke, that's where you're expected to get around 4 or 5 rounds, and that would be considered an okay half. The fact they have it so early on, after losing the pistol, suggests they're going to be running away with this second, or first half, I should say. We'll see what can be done with the Galils, Kriegs, and an upper execution here, and a final commitment.
Oh, Rush, he's so flash, he won't be able to get the next, but Perfecto does fall to Config without too much more bloodshed. And oh, you rascal, he's actually got a read. Sitting in the smoke for now, not going to be moving too much further, but no Simple's going to be leaving her. Oh, Simple. You really should not be allowed to hit those, but fast on the trigger and Config surprised. 3v3 then. Level, even keel. Obo is an elephant. Descending to lower. He's done all of that very loudly, but perhaps by design. He wants Simple's eyes and ears drawn this way so that Blame can come that way. Big work as a team to get that frag, but now from behind they come. Poison has a good idea. I think he's got the info, got the headshot, and another one to come in as well. 4 for Complexity.
Yeah, really nice stuff there. Great crunch towards the lobby. Blame F especially spotting the gap, managing to make his way through him. We saw Obo just getting that distraction towards the lobby as he comes around the corner there. Manages to get 2 kills, and Poison, lovely finish as well. It was looking quite good for Na'Vi with these simple frags coming through. Config, known to be an aggressive player, gets himself in towards that squeaky door, but Poison saving the day there, making sure they can tie things up at 4-4. So, money's still available for Na'Vi. They're going to bring in 4 rifles here, Boomage on the Mac 10, and maybe a faster paced game. We're seeing flashes and Molotovs being thrown towards it out of sight. Smoke's down as well. Flamey just getting himself a hole in the door just to make sure he can catch any players out crossing over towards main. Config, we saw him push it previously, this time on top of the hub.
Bit of a deviation from the norm here, putting Poison aggressive secret. Aggressive in air quotes. I can still consider this the fact that his body is here to be competitive.
Yeah, it's quite forward. A chance for him to pick on up and clear that yard position and give that information towards his teammate. So we will see that deeper wall of smokes come back out from Na'Vi here as they'll...
Ooh.
Okay, there's a bit of a gap here, but it's not going to matter as Electronic will take the head off of Poison. The spam will come on through. He's going to get tagged on down, but they have mission success as the phase 1 of the Na'Vi T side is working.
This is a top hit. Or at least that's what I'm saying. That's what Complexity is saying. Config was saying no. Double kill.
And it's down to the 3-on-3. Obo trying to lock them in position. That kill might be enough. Simple, though, fights his way back, but the flank will be coming from ramp. It's BlameF and Obo applying the pressure, leaving Electronic in an impossible scenario here, or an improbable one, I should say. And we'll see just the Molotov, 19 HP, and he'll wait for any kills he can find.
He'll probably just save knowing Electronic.
Considering his loss bonus is going to be at 2,400 next round, he might as well, right? He's going to have an AK armor, Molotov, which is worth a lot more than 2,400 bucks, so, or 1,900 perhaps. I've lost track of it. It says 1,900, it should be. We'll see if it comes in.
Let's see if the Vlads have coded us a winner.
Yeah, it's 1,900.
There
So
you
it's
go.
the one coming up. It's always the one coming up next.
So next round,
Yeah.
if they lose, they'll get 2,400.
There we go.
There we go.
We've worked it out.
We've solved it.
It's taken us 20 years, Chad, but we found it. We worked it out. No, it's just because this new money system where it has the variables of winning and losing, we don't have the full reset anymore. To keep track of it is a dark art itself.
Yeah, and you still managed to do it, Henry, more often than not. It blows my mind.
The thing that we have lost here is obviously the ability to open the scoreboard ourselves as well. So we can't actually check like
before people tell us that happens, we do it mentally
Check
usually.
the scoreboard, man.
Yeah,
Sorry, dudes, we don't have a scoreboard.
We got our hands in our pockets.
It's all in my head most of the time, and that's not a great place to be. Let me tell you.
It's well, you could say it's complex, and well, complexity holding outside.
Outside smokes deployed, just an Electronic Hero AK-47 here, which could be enough, to be honest with you. Flamey at the Deagle armor, still with $2,000, and Boomage, he's got no health.
Nasty way to go. A wild, full spray, a magazine of Krieg bullets thrown through that smoke wall. Electronic the hero. Let's see if he can be set up by his team. Just take note of the spacing of Na'Vi. This is all conscious decisions. So if you're looking to learn, take a look at how they continue to maneuver Electronic into position, likely jiggling. Well, actually sending him in first. They have Flame with the backup Kevlar. Should this rifle be lost, they'll be able to utilize it effectively with the backup Kevlar vest.
Yeah, right here, Obo's position is very passive. They want to play a sight crossfire. They want them to be the ones to initiate. You open the door, you break the windows, and then we'll fight you. They wanted to give them secret here. They didn't need to do anything else, and now the windows will be broken. That's the warning signal.
Already one out. Obo's going to get caught out by this. He's not acknowledging decon, and now it's going to be simple to find the frag. He did sneak out behind enemy lines.
Remember, one AK-47 and essentially an eco around that. They didn't invest much at all. Now the bomb's down. Simple. And he'll be there with the Desert Eagle. No armor, but he does have position.
There's no way Na'Vi win this, surely. This partial investment. You can still see 3K in their bank, and now Flamey. Oh, I like that they're boosting him over for the elevated angle. And now just down to Perfecto. You call him a clutcher, Hank, but he's only got one frag so far in this round. He needs another two. Does gobble up the flashbang, which enables the cross of Poison. He's going to be responsible for the defuse. Blame to babysit.
Oh, if he had the door open, he's got enough. It could be enough.
Oh,
Could be enough.
oh, he gets the defuse! Couldn't quite find the head. It was a slither of the body of Poison. And now that's going to put 6 on the board for Complexity. So close, though, to Na'Vi doing the impossible.
Wow, I thought he actually had there. There was a kneecap coming through, and there was a few shots fired off. I like the boost in the corner there. Gives you a bit more verticality. Look down the bottom of the steps themselves. BlameF, though, just desperate to try and keep the round alive. Then the defuse comes through, and Complexity will extend their lead to 6-4. Now they are keeping Na'Vi on a relative leash here after conceding 4 rounds.
It feels very labored, though, right?
Yeah,
they have
it
to work
does.
hard for every single round. But I'd say the same thing could be said for Na'Vi, talking about all these late round fakes that they're doing, keeping Complexity guessing at this point.
So, outside we go.
BlameF has really been putting on a clinic on holding outside, and he's done it again alongside Poison. Simple Electronic, 2 of the hard hitters eliminated early. Finish with the main smoke.
As soon as this expires from Blame, he's going to be in the open. So I would like to see him dropping on back now, but that flash is probably going to keep him sticking around. And he got the info.
He has a suspicion. Saw Boomich sneak away into Warehouse. He's going to be Molotov'd out, and now this is terrifying. Nice work from Na'Vi, just forcing and isolating that duel. Obo to fill the gap. Not known to be an AWPer. He had a drop. Very divided, but I think he's made a right choice here. Oh, and allowed to get away, only just anticipating the push, and oh, it wasn't far off. Perfecto challenging as well. We've got some real surprise names on the AWP boys.
Yeah, I was just thinking the exact same thing right there. The two newer, or the younger boys in the team. Hold up a second. Obo's making it work. Maybe he's an AWPer after all.
We'll see what he can do, Chad. The flashbang hits him right in the face, and so...
Oh, he lived with the nade?
I was about to say it was the HE. I was like, how is he not dead? They're landing on his doorstep, but now the bullets do, and it's Boomich looking to close things out. Complexity, keep the dream alive. There's time to recover the AWP. I don't know how that nade doesn't kill him.
Bit deep, Henry.
A little bit too deep. It can be a problem sometimes, but
same with the Molotov they threw in Yard. It was a little bit too deep, but they're still able to take down Blame.
Yeah. 7. Are you, if you're playing F right now, are you saying that's good enough? Like not that's good enough, but are you already starting to feel like you stand a solid shot on your T side?
No.
It needs to be significant versus Na'Vi.
You want 11.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah. I don't think that there's a number here that they should be happy with, right? Like, as many rounds as you possibly can. Because I think the Na'Vi CT-sided wall, if given a buffer, right? If Na'Vi gets 6 rounds on this T side, and even if they lose pistol, they're able to bounce back into the game. I start to get worried, but this is great by Complexity. They keep doing this.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You can't even attempt to go to secret here.
Wow.
They've done, this is what we're talking about, the preparation. But unfortunately, you can prepare as much as you like against Na'Vi. They have got the best players within their ranks, even with Galil's in hand, with massive gaps in the smoke and all the advantages you could possibly ask for. They will find a way through.
Yeah, that first kill from Electronic was everything. Poison's just going to be slamming his desk. They did everything right to completely nullify such a huge investment of Na'Vi utility. There's 3 smokes, flashes, Molotovs invested into that outside take, and still, despite them managing to mess it all up with their own incendiaries, it's over. Flamey will find the frag. 5 now for Na'Vi. They are getting back on their feet. Couple more rounds of this first half of our final map of the day.
I feel like they'll get it right now because $2,000 per player suggests the full eco. Great theory here, Chad, from the incendiaries being thrown, blocking all the smokes, but ultimately led to their demise.
Yeah, I'm just revisiting that. Look, it was right down to the details there because Na'Vi were actually throwing their own smoke wall that had a Molotov drop to make sure that their first smoke landed perfectly. It was the second one that they didn't account for there. And that, if they did, that would be a heavy amount of utility invested just for the wall.
That is a game of chess in itself out there. We are going to see Config dropping down the vents just for suggestion. He just wants to let them know there could be someone already down in that position. That's why he makes the clunky drop instead of hitting the ladder. Boomich has been taken to 57. He is currently working towards outside the looks of things, and Electronic is as well. Poison with the scout. This is just oh, actually, I beg your pardon. I assume they're eco on $2,000. They've actually fully invested it with Eagles, the scouts, and in terms of loss bonus, they get 1,900 next round. So they were bottom of the barrel in terms of loss bonus. That's why they had to invest this round. So it does make sense. It all adds up, but it's not a great time for this round to come through because you will be full eco if you give this one up, and that's going to lead you to a 7-7 scoreline against Na'Vi on Nuke.
Yeah, that's no fun for anyone, other than, of course, Na'Vi. Full force by Desert Eagles to defend against the Kriegs, AK-47s, and a Galil. Stacked against North American international mix.
Doesn't sound doable, really, does it, when you put it that way?
It certainly doesn't, but crazier things have happened today alone. And here we are, the magic number. Once we get to about 25, Na'Vi tend to do something ridiculous, and off we go again. Incendiary towards CT Vent. Will they drop? Will they commit? Rush stands his ground and wait for Config to fall, but already a double. And that's the bomb. 15 seconds, Obo's found the bomb. What do you do? What do you do? It's Blame trying to survive. Now Obo, 8 seconds. He's scarpering to try and find himself a way out. He'll only get the one.
Good effort. Great effort.
I'm going to be a little bit critical of him right there. I don't know why he didn't turtle up next to the Tetris box, right? He knew that he took down the bomb. He knew that there wasn't enough time to go lower.
I guess he thought they'd be running behind him in huts, and that's all he could really do. He obviously doesn't have the information we do. It's a very high-octane situation, but yeah, I guess he could have just turtled up. But one kill, it felt like enough, but the swing was coming in regardless, right?
And now the full eco to follow.
And this is where things start to fall apart.
Oh, I love that.
That's an easy one. We can have that.
You guys need to get your jump lines worked out.
I got it all sorted. It's all sorted, bro.
Done.
Sign us up. We're ready. Tap us in, coach. And if you did miss that, by the way, during what was essentially, I think, about 4 or 5 words, the round is over. Na'Vi converting the full eco, and we do see now round 15, our final round of this attacking half for Na'Vi, and they have got 5 of the scoped T rifle. Haven't seen many AWPs on Poison this CT half. He's been having to make sacrifices throughout.
No, the money has been a bit of an issue for him. 9 kills to his name, not exactly dropping off because of it. Rush has, though, one of the riflers of the squad, 3 and 10 in a very close game here. Could be the difference maker. Flamey working with that Krieg. Every member of Na'Vi is at this point. Managed to find their way back into this half, looking to take it in the last round here.
Maybe this is the Astralis last round Krieg buy again. You know, like they know they don't have to worry about giving any up. They feel like they're all comfortable picking it up. All that extra cash as well, lots of reasons.
With the importance right here of this series, of this map, and the contrast of the group here, Na'Vi have to be feeling very comfortable with 7 T-sided rounds. Complexity have to be sweating.
Lots of pauses here from Na'Vi, just waiting out all of that CT utility. I say all of that, not much left. Config's done some great work from Hut. He's going to have to do it again, but not today. Perfecto out Hut will not go unchecked, and already we're seeing the advantage for Na'Vi extended every step they take. And from behind, Electronics there to receive. There was a Molotov waiting, and perfect coordination and execution puts the win on Na'Vi. They will win the half, albeit by the smallest of margins. We'll see if they can close it out or if Complexity have got an attack of their own when we come back.
isn't over yet.
Na'Vi Complexity, final half, third map, hot match of the day. Winner continues their dreams of ESL Pro League Stage 2. Loser puts their head in their hands. And well, that's exactly what Rush is doing. He heard the memo, don't touch your face, and he was like, screw you guys, I've got cool hair.
And he's your skin expert as well, so if you've got any facial questions, make sure you send them in his direction. Drink some H2O and get yourself ready for the next half here. As we get into it, it's going to be right down the middle, 8-7. Complexity switch over to the T side though, Chad. They're going to have to show us that tactical depth to stand a chance here, I would say.
Yeah, do you reckon Rush has got that toucher, or probably not?
Thatcher, okay, moisturizer. I think you might do actually.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty tidy over there, if you ask me. As we get into round one of the second half.
Okay.
Molotovs, smokes, any PD50s out there suggest they won't go outside.
CZ.
Oh, a simple CZ for Hut. I like that.
He's been doing this a lot. He loves that CZ CT side. Where are they off to? Vent dive, perhaps. Where's that bomb? Back of Poison. First two in to clear it out. Perfecto does tuck in towards Shadow. Ooh, back and forth, a 1-for-1. No complaints from Complexity. Now perhaps they start to whinge and whine because Rush has gone down and Blame is on somewhat of a dank flank. May not be prepared for the CT vent player though, and Flamey did catch a bullet. Now he's got a good adjustment, and he knows where Simple is as well. Config pushing in will finish off the damage onto Flamey, and Complexity, the bomb is still not down. Poison went down, and the bomb just got scooped up by Oboe, excuse me, to make it happen.
Simple and Boomich now to reclaim the bomb site, and that's a good start. Maybe a few too many bullets used, but still looking okay. They've got a lot of work to do. Blame F waiting in the vents here. Config towards Shadow, just hoping to whittle down this clock. CT's make the way through. This is the kill that really matters, and he really does a good job there. But it's Simple now, left in the 1v1. He's go for the full-up defuse here. Does Config hold his nerve? It's Blame F, I beg your pardon, but it will be a fantastic shot from the USB to close things out, and it will be Complexity picking things up.
I've seen this one many a time before, boys. You know what happens? Na'Vi force buy.
Win the round.
Na'Vi get in a force buy cycle. They find themselves 4 or 5 rounds down in the start of the half. We think that Complexity have a chance to win. Eventually, Simple gets the AWP in his hands. They pick up a Krieg or 2, and then they close the game out in probably a 16-12 fashion.
I have to say, it does sound eerily true.
Yeah. I've seen it with Na'Vi especially, time and time again. They always love going for this force, right?
Missed the old smoke there towards main entrance. Boomich will be fine for now. Happy to sit behind the flames. So 4 MAC-10s, a single Krieg. What is the approach here from Complexity? Focusing their efforts to outside, potentially get down towards Secret, keep those close-range battles going. They've opted for more utility. They're a tactical team. Those are the outside smokes, don't necessarily have to go out with them. They just want to force rotations here. Gonna send one player down with a Molotov towards Secret. And that really hasn't worked out too well.
Good start.
It's a fantastic start for Boomich. He's holding that tight line and does force out more utility, but heading towards ramp, and already Simple does manage to position himself where he needed to be. He disappears up the ladder as Oboe arrives to check it. A reminder that there is a Krieg in play. That's Poison. 3 MAC-10s. Still everything pointing towards Complexity's advantage here. Blame F, his timing on these outside flanks have been so good. However, Perfecto close quarters gets 1.5. Softens him up for the Simple scout, but now Simple has been softened up himself, down to 43, 3v3. And the nade is perfect from Oboe.
It absolutely is.
Looks like a heat seeker.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to help him out too much, though. Ooh.
Poison. 1 HP.
I don't know which way this round's going. If this kill comes in for Flame, it should be enough now. 2 versus 1, Blame F. With it all to do, he's holding towards heaven right now. I'll have to play like a god at this stage. The bomb's down. It's ticking away. The defuse comes in. There are no kits. He makes his way through. And that is going to be it. You're right. As there's absolutely no chance of winning the round. He's looking to make sure he closes things out. They make the round very expensive on the CT side here, but he gets a Krieg.
Now, watch Na'Vi force buy again.
You're probably dead on there. The fact they've saved a Krieg, the shotguns might come out here, the Nova for Simple, perhaps. That's
They
normally
should.
what happens here. I bet he gets the Nova. Come on.
He does, like, he's got a bit of a penchant for the shotgun.
He's the only player really bringing it out.
There we go,
Oh,
MP9. Here, the buy's coming in. So then they lose this round. Then they have to take a save.
So shotgun for Simple. I got the shotgun wrong, but it's the auto shotty.
Where's he taking it? Up the ladder or straight to ramp? Okay.
Oh, I like this, though.
Interesting choice. Is he going secret with that?
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, that works. See what complexity you're going to be bringing into this one, though.
This here, Alex, what you're seeing them do by getting up on that position, I don't know what you guys call it. I forget what we called it back in my team. Yeah. Reverse, I think we named it.
Reverse,
I don't know why we named
okay.
it reverse. I'm pretty sure we called it reverse. That position right there is the traditional position you'll see teams take when they think they're going up against a lobby crunch from pistols, right? Because you have the elevation, you're also able to pivot and help everybody else out. You have one guy passive towards lobby. So maybe for complexity, they don't expect the full buy coming out of Na'Vi here that we can see.
Flamey looking to hold ramp with his MP9. Of course, hold, bit of a strong word. It will be more of a early warning system. And, well, Electronic is the one to react. He's smartly getting away from that one. That's nice.
That was fight or flight. Could have gone for the full spray there, the commit and play, but I don't think that would have worked out for him. This is going well for Flamey so far. The auto shotgun, they've gone past him, and he knows it. He's got the bomb down. It's a Simple shotgun as he brings it into a 4-on-2 scenario. 30 seconds remaining as well. Knows there's one on the ramp. Damage towards Obo. Maybe outstays his welcome there, but still does significant damage to the young man. 25 seconds remaining. They have to go towards lower. Blame F knows it, but he has threaded the needle down towards the vent. Should be a guaranteed frag here, but Boomich has read it well. Absolutely eviscerates him as we find ourselves in a 3-on-1 for Obo. There's surely no chance. He'll have to make noise. He has to try and get this bomb down, and Boomich will deny everything. It's a fake run at that. Good effort, but Boomich steals it away. What a deagle headshot that was towards Blame.
Blame is always behind Na'Vi. He's clearly doing something right, but Boomich just laughs it off, shrugs it off with his Desert Eagle, and Na'Vi do break complexity with this force buy.
You can see how much pressure Boomich was under, right? Because he was looking in both positions, having to get the timing to go his way. The fact it did, that's one thing. Hitting the shot, that's another, right? A Deagle one tap, I'm sure we've all had plenty of those when we were playing deathmatch or a matchmaking game or something. To hit it in this kind of a high-pressure environment, good stuff to Boomich.
Very nice indeed. And that might be enough to just light the lead for Na'Vi. They've only got Deagles and armor.
Simple with the most powerful gun available in his arsenal, and he's making very light work of it. We're going to see the first couple of kills come through, and maybe a couple more, Alex.
Yeah, these Kriegs just shredding. He's got that spray read, though. He's just so comfortably spraying away. Not even having to tap. Most people reside themselves to tap when scoped in, but ooh,
Hello.
Talking of taps, Blame one tap into Simple. Does manage to get one into the kneecaps as well.
Is the Deagle headshot the most rewarding kill in the game, you reckon? Or is it the USP on pistol
It's
rounds?
up there.
USP, one-on-one, one tap,
Okay.
when the bomb's down.
Feels pretty nice.
That's when you close it out, and they peek their head over a sandbag or something, you pick it off, you make it look stylish, you've got plenty of time to defuse. I think that's the best.
It's some ballsy pushing from Boomich, and they will preserve both Kriegs. CT Kriegs working wonders on Nuke again. Quick recap for you. This was the second kill. This is what I'm talking about. It's just the spray control. That's a headshot, by the way. That's a headshot.
It's so sick to watch, like, the fact that the player's actually done a backflip up there because the game can't keep up with how quickly he's killing everyone. Shouldn't be possible, of course it is. Blame F, 103 ADR so far. His average damage has been exceptional, but it's not quite enough to give them the lead just yet. 10-9 as they take the full eco, $2,000 per player. Lost bonus will be coming in at $2,400 next round, so they have to take the full eco here. Hopefully they get the bomb down, very difficult to happen on Nuke, but let's see what they can do. Perfecto, Boomich, making light work of them, I have to say, and here comes the Desert Eagle as well. Just one Glock and no kills found. Perfecto takes the most damage, 3 kills for Boomich, and a very clean one for Na'Vi. Looking closer and closer to series victory here. Rush is still on 3 frags. As about 20 minutes ago, I noticed that.
He's had a quiet. I was going to say game, but I think maybe series, actually. Let's double check.
So's Flamey as well.
His
He's only got
overall.
7 kills.
Bringing up the overall fragging total chart.
There he is himself. Rush major champion. Now finds himself playing in Complexity. A player that was in a little bit of a tough spot for around a year after the major. Didn't seem to find himself within a team that really made sense. His role was undefined as the game developed. We weren't really sure where he'd end up. Brought into Complexity to bring that veterancy, that power. And so far in the third map, he hasn't delivered, but there still is time on this T side. He's known for his entry frags, and we'll have to start stepping things up at this point as we get into round number 21. Complexity on the back foot as Na'Vi look to close out the series.
Veterancy, velocity, and venom from Rush. And I'm not talking about that terrible movie. Blame, he's about to meet Simple. And he's not looking the right way. The perfect flashbang. This is a common setup from Na'Vi.
Once more.
And Simple once more. He's going to throw his own flash this time, trying to bait config in. No, dear.
Very greedy, but you can't argue with Simple's decision-making at this point.
You really cannot. Obo spotted by Electronics Jiggle, and we'll take a little bullet to warn him of that. So just to kind of note, this is something we saw a lot from Na'Vi's CT side. It's a very common setup. You said Electronic and Simple hold outside, but the nice setup they tend to do once or twice a half. Simple goes secret fast, Electronic sits by box, and will throw those flashes when they suspect this player's setting up by red.
Oh, I even telestrated that one.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think that's how I know it.
I just
Over
had a
in
flashback.
Katowice,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, I did do that.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced Katowice, guys,
Yeah.
just to be clear.
Yeah, Katowice.
Then
Say.
Dobre Katowice. The atmosphere here is electric. Shout out to Sean Charles.
That was improbable. Let's get into the round.
Ooh, this
Rush.
one is improbable.
Yes, indeed. Well, the bomb down,
Oh,
and that's
never
only
mind.
his 4th kill. I don't think he'll be doing much with this, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to hype it up just yet, but we'll see how it develops. Flashbang for the face only hinders his efforts further. We are going to see the bomb there, but still no chance to plant it. This is all in vain, really. If anything, he's just
Don't
going
run
to be...
after the time, whatever you do.
Yeah. He'll still get the 4th state loss bonus, which is 2,900. But Na'Vi seem like they're in a bit of cruise control right now. Simple lighting them up at the start. The double spray down. Could have fallen back there. 5 on 3 could have got out of there. Of course, stayed for more. But they still win the round. So
They
you
got
can't...
3 Kriegs now?
Yeah, they do. Which is quite good, actually.
Yeah,
I would say.
5 is the best.
5
yeah,
is the
but
best.
3 is like more than half.
Yeah.
They haven't
4,
re-
pretty
no,
good.
Have you noticed that we haven't really seen a Na'Vi AWP or Nuke whatsoever so far? Like, it's just been just straight up rifles.
Yeah.
Touche.
Don't need it.
Don't need it.
I like that approach.
Me too. On Nuke, it's such a nimble. You need to be able to nimble, right? You don't want to be a scenario where I can't
Keep
I
moving.
can't help you in this retake. I
Yeah.
can't get down the vents. You got 5 amazing world-class rifles here. The AWP not required, certainly situational, and will work for some teams. But Na'Vi doing very well so far. Up against just PD50s, CZ and a Deagle here. Shouldn't be much to write home about.
Good timing from Flamey on that.
Oh, someone just... Perfecto. Fell from the heavens. And he's not an angel, but he's on Hellraisers.
Fallen Angel. Lucifer. Simple is the devil double. Poison does manage to connect him with the P250, but I'm afraid that's going to be just a case of preservation with that Krieg. Electronics already... Oh, he's actually
Oh, he has
anticipating
no
it.
idea. Electronic has no idea. Poison heard this because he heard the scope.
And now he can punish Boomich. Now look to trade into Electronic. He's just so damn quick. Quick adjustment of his crosshair. Round 1 by Na'Vi. Saying that, playing effort will go down. And so now just down to Obo, who is, well, alone. Isolated, uncomfortable. As are we all.
Well, yeah, Trace is saying is, I was born alone, I'll die alone. So I guess Obo's probably...
Were you born
Gonna say-
alone?
Well,
It's usually quite
A medical
it's
team
kind of
and
a team effort, actually. Yeah.
It's a whole
well,
operation.
you have to... What we're saying is...
I get what he's
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
I'm
it goes,
just
a bit,
being a
it goes a
dick.
bit deeper.
Yeah.
But you're right, there is definitely one other person involved.
Certainly.
And I don't know if you necessarily die alone either. Like, I mean, I don't plan to die alone. I plan to die, you know, surrounded by my loved ones that I've slowly, over the many years that I've lived, created relationships that mean that they're sad when I die.
I'm trying to push mine away. So your approach seems a little bit different to
Yeah,
mine.
I want to feel another human being caring about me as much as, you know, I'm capable of caring about someone.
Okay, well, that's a unique take, and I'm sure we can speak more about that in the drive home.
Yeah, let's do it. For now, we are going to be seeing the initial exchanges of utility. A fast Molotov towards main in exchange. Blame actually wants to accelerate. He wants to go down those vents. Where is Rush with that bomb? Because Blame's already making a whole lot of space. He is going to be taking it outside. I wonder if he's going to commit with the bomb walking there. It does seem like the rest of his team are going to be setting him up. This is feeling quite Na'Vi-esque. Swap Electronic for Blame, and you've got yourself the outside take. Will they go main on this one? Up fence.
Oh, we like this, Chad. We always enjoy this
Whoa.
position. It's always a bit of a crowd pleaser. It's slowed down the efforts towards Secret, but only good for the 1 kill. They're starting to show a bit of discipline, a bit of restraint now on the Na'Vi side, not absolutely swinging for the fences in every single encounter. So they are going to reel it in. They know they're down towards lower. Complexity have been out right here. They don't have the resources to even consider falling back. They have to go down lower. This is, in my mind, a guaranteed 100% round for Na'Vi. There should be no way.
100%. And last time we said, surely Config had a mad one.
Logic dictates that
Presumably.
this should be improbable. That's all I'm saying at this stage. Is Flamey will be hopefully shutting this one down as I put my reputation online this one. We'll see Electronic working towards a round from an Obo.
Obo.
He does look like he's in a bit of a
Hello.
naughty position here. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, I'll be honest with you.
dear.
2 on 2 here. Na'Vi's done to give it up. 25 seconds now. They have no resources, remember. That's what we are talking about. But still, of course, it will be a complexity round as Perfecto left in a 2 versus 1. Some way, somehow, they've made this one work. They still need to plant the bomb, which they will do. Good grenade to soften him up. Config surely taken down with a swing. It barely does any damage, though. First kill comes through. He's over the clutching, but he can't pull it off. And his complexity out of nowhere. A round that seemed impossible. They managed to find double digits. And I eat my words and a big slice of humble pie.
Yeah, let me get you a knife and fork for that. That's insane. Look at this from Config. Using that gap in the doors from the initial spray. This duel was kind of where the round was won. Admittedly, Obo was the one with the lion's share of the fragging. And that kill onto Electronics descent of ramp, just the timing was sweet.
Can we come up with a code if the door has a hole in it like that?
Yes.
Let's call it Batman.
Batman?
Yeah, I remember when I'd eat my salami, I'd bite into it and make a mask,
And that was a Batman.
and I'd hold it up and I'd be like Batman.
That's adorable.
This was...
Last year?
Yeah, last year, actually. My 30th birthday.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That must have been fun. Oh, he's Batmaning again, guys.
Oh, now I've remembered what I did for my 30th birthday. All right, hold on. This is the hot match. Let's focus
How's
on
the
this one.
Gamescom?
You're at my place, man.
Yep. what a birthday
guys
that
not
was.
sick of
What a
each
great-
other yet?
What a great time that was. It was a great birthday. to be
For
fair.
another time. Simple is going for the fight, traded immediately as he pulled the trigger, and Obo lingering in the smoke has found it looks like a guaranteed 11th. Flamey is on the low side, and we do see that majority of complexity are all starting to congregate towards that A site. Bomb will be going down thanks to Config's best efforts. And yeah, well, Flamey, just a matter of time here. It looks like Poison should find him. Ooh, spots him.
Didn't say necessarily would, but it is going to be Flamey to survive this time. AK-47 picked up, money low. Na'Vi were in cruise control, but now everything's starting to break down.
Yeah, they're careening off the A14 now.
Flamey now will be holding strong with the AK. Do they want to invest any more players to try and take him down? The resources have been a problem on the T side. They've had to fight tooth and nail even to get themselves in a position where it looked likely they could come back into this game. They've done it, but Obo, he still wants a crack at it, but it does work out.
With
The
the
call has
Glock.
been come through that obviously he's been tagged up, and the Glock headshot is delivered effectively. 21 kills for Obo.
This is starting to feel a little scary for Na'Vi. Yes, it felt like cruise control, and I think we all could see that Na'Vi were poised to run away with this game. But it does seem that that one impossible, improbable, all of the descriptive words that Henry regurgitated as the 2v4 was locked in. But Obo, with 3 kills, managed to secure complexity with this impossible round. Flashing top site, they're going in on this. They've got Mac 10s. I'm
Like
feeling
it.
frisky, and so is Config. He's feeling real naughty into the site now. Dinks, Perfecto's only going to get 1, and Complexity should have 12 in a matter of seconds.
Hold on, Alex.
Oh no!
Hold
I've
the
done
phone.
it again!
It's actually falling apart here. You've done done it this time. It's 1-1 on the caster table. Chad, do you want to have a go?
I don't even know where half of those kills came on in just then.
Remember that Simple?
Woo! That's absolutely nuts. He holds towards main entrance and the lobby, then swings around, takes the bomber down. Electronic and Simple just slam the dumpster door shut.
That was 4 between the two of them.
Yep.
Perfecto got the first to open things up, and then these two, the Bash brothers, they went, that's enough.
That's enough of
That's
that.
enough.
Just after I finished my monologue about Na'Vi getting derailed by a Complexity hero round, they have one of their own.
Oh dear, well, there's something to fight for right now as Group B is split wide open.
Oh, blame.
Both teams definitely need this victory if they want to have any chance in getting out of this group. Things are getting very, very messy. We'll dive into that a little bit more tomorrow as Complexity dive down secret and they want to accelerate to the lower bomb site.
So much noise for Flamey to process and communicate. He does have Simple in support. Watching towards Decon. Simple takes a nade and a bullet in quick succession. Now the Molotov arrives. Complexity heading in good stead for this inner sight. The flashes are going to catch Boomich playing right at the edge of the smoke, but they frags are coming in thick and fast.
It's insane what's going on here on Nuke so far. This is where Complexity should be able to confirm things, but if this game is anything to go by, maybe not. He just gives himself up. Perfecto realizes he's made a mistake there.
Watch the adjustment from Na'Vi now. They have to have somebody as an early warning system in secret to delay that, right? Because what they're doing is they're just trying to hold them in the doors, and when they come out, set up these janky crossfires to take advantage of the chaos. But you can see all that utility coming out from Complexity. This is the nade that came on through to kill Simple. Look, Config was definitely not planning on having the nade land there. It's Simple had pushed on forward and got caught under his feet. But I do believe that when we see Na'Vi get back on guns, they've gone for a force buy. What on earth are we witnessing?
Oh, it's a Simple AWP. That's enough for them to be believers. And Electronics lost half his health.
They want to make it interesting. They want to give us every single round possible.
This has got overtime written all over it.
It does. I was about to say the same thing. But the way the Electronic and Simple are playing right now, you can't really argue with the results they're finding with these pistols and SMGs. Lots of damage inflicted, though, towards Electronic and 4 in hand. They've got 3 smokes, 2 incendiaries, no kits. Complexity have done very well at exploiting some of the holes in the defense here. Rush keeping his head held high. 5 and 22 right now. Not numbers we're used to seeing from him. Smokes towards outside. Similar to the Na'Vi approach. Different variations of this setup, and for now, just one player outside. The in-game leader, BlameF, trying to look for any information that he can relay to his teammates for their cue to execute towards either up or a ramp. Looks to be the form-up. And here we go. Nade goes in. Perfecto to strike first.
Oh, you can see the fingers of Obo. Can't get his weapon out in time, but Obo still lives to fight another day. Flamey's frag, however, was permanent. Rush will be watching as round 27 transpires. Perfecto does eventually get his frag as Grey Screen Poison walks
we got
in.
him.
And this is just chaos. As finally the dust settles and the fragging takes a short hiatus, we will see a 1v2 for Blame, but Simple from Heaven. He descends and secures 15. They've
Well,
done
Chad, it all worked out
They
for
did
him.
it. They get away with it again.
It shouldn't work, but it does. And it does because the players on this Na'Vi side are so goddamn scary. Simple as 1 kill away from 30 frags to his name. We've got Boomich up there on 20, Electronic on 22, Perfecto with 17. This is his best map of the series so far. And now they're 1 round away from keeping their Pro League hopes alive. We do have all the teams from all the groups playing tomorrow simultaneously for Group A and Group B to work on out who's going to be coming on through. But right here in the last round, or potentially the last round, it's going to be a bit of a misdirection wall of smokes as Blame probably wants to round the corner into main.
Blame, main, Perfecto, insane, a double kill. And this one is all said and done. Flamey confirms it. It will be Na'Vi taking the series and keeping their hopes and dreams of an EPL Season 11 Stage 2. Complexity dreams dashed, but so goddamn close across a 3-map series. They, of course, took one. Dust 2 wasn't too bad, and we're going to be talking all about it when we come back.